Pika Pika Yeaay by Twisty Texts. Kirishima had seen his friends do a lot of crazy shit since they'd moved into the dorms. Like Mina trying to ice skate around the dining hall using her quirk in the middle of the night, only to fly into not one, but two sets of tables and chairs. Zero using his tape to stick Mineta to the ceiling for the day, which everyone was grateful for. There was even an occasion where Bakugo convinced Midoriya he had put a hole in the wall using his giant limited edition All Might poster, when it was actually Kirishima who had done it, when he got a bit too excited and punched it without realizing his quirk was activated. Jiro had taught Todoroki how to meme, which surprised them all when the usually stoic boy came up to them and T-posed, declaring, "I have God and anime on my side," before casually walking off again. Midoriya actually took Todoroki to Recovery Girl, thinking he'd had a stroke. However, what he witnessed Kaminari do the day Shinso moved in, well, he shouldn't have been as surprised as he was, given it was Kaminari, but he couldn't find the logical reason for it.
Kami, dude,
Kirishima started, watching his friend run around the common room in a Pikachu onesie, hiding Pokeballs.
What are you doing?
Kaminari stopped and turned his head towards Kirishima, the ears on the bright yellow onesie swaying with the motion as he beamed his electric smile.
Shinso moves in today.
Ha! Bakugo snorted from next to Kirishima on the couch. Uh-huh. Kirishima tried his best to make the connection, but Shinso arriving and Kaminari doing whatever he thought he was doing was lost on him. So he turned to the smartest person he knew.
Don't look at me, shitty hair. I don't know what Dunce Face is doing.
Bakugo snapped, with no bite. Well, fuck. Kaminari was really doing something weird.
My guy, you're gonna have to give me a little more to go on here,
Kirishima said, trying and failing to keep a straight face as he watched his friend go back to happily hiding the red and white balls in between sofa cushions, on the table, in the fruit bowl, and for some reason, one in the microwave. He went about it with the same giddy elegance one would hide chocolates for their crush, his arms stuffed with the merchandise as he pranced from one hiding spot to another, the baggy onesie moving with him, the tail and ears wagging gently as he went.
I'm going to woo him,
Kaminari announced cheerfully, while on all fours and hiding a Pokeball under the sofa opposite them.
Of course you are, dude,
Zero chimed in, lifting his feet so Kaminari had access to the floor underneath him.
Okay, but how does dressing like Pikachu and hiding Pokeballs woo Shinso?
Kirishima asked. Not sure if he wanted to know or would even understand the answer, but he was too curious not to ask. Upon this, Kaminari tilted his head, wearing the same expression a puppy would when it didn't understand what its owner said.
Well,
he began, his expression shifting to thoughtful as he brought his free hand up to his chin.
He'll come in, see me dressed up as the best Pokemon, and see all the Pokeballs and want to catch me.
The more he explained, the more his voice became a cheerful purr.
Kirishima regretted asking. Not only did it not make sense, but he was also plagued with the image of the stoic purple-haired boy chasing after an all-too-excited Kaminari in his ridiculous Pikachu onesie while shouting, "Kaminari, I choose you!" and pelting with Pokeballs. Yeah, knowledge was not always a good thing. He could hear Sarah dying with laughter as he saw Mina waltz in from the lifts. She paused to take in the scene, as beside Kirishima, Kaminari was taking his life into his hands by trying to get Bakugo to move. He could see from the corner of his eye as Kaminari abandoned that strategy and just started hiding Pokeballs around where the fiery blonde sat.
"Call me babe," Mina said through a fit of giggles.
"What you doing?" Wooing Shinso, Kirishima and Sero stated in unison, as Bakugo lifted a heated hand to swat Kaminari away. Kirishima knew his boyfriend was getting close to losing his patience. He could intervene and stop what was happening, but Kaminari wouldn't learn to stop poking the bear that is Bakugo if he did that.
How is pissing Bakubabe off wooing Shinso, who isn't even here yet? Mina questioned, looking rightfully confused.
Oh, come on, Kachan! Kaminari whined, and Kirishima shifted a little away when he smelt soak. Let me hide them!
I'll hide one up your ass in a minute if you don't get the hell away from me!
Bakugo snarled, and for once, Kaminari took the hint and skipped off to find other hiding spots. He had, however, left 3 Pokeballs lying next to Bakugo. About half an hour later, Kaminari had hidden all of his Pokeballs. Kirishima couldn't help but notice he'd hidden them about as well as parents hid chocolate eggs for toddlers on an Easter egg hunt, but there were 2 notable exceptions. The one in the microwave, and the one in the freezer. Kirishima wanted to ask. However, he also remembered what his previous line of questioning on Kaminari's master plan led to, and thought better of it. So instead, he watched with morbid curiosity as his friend puttered around, joyfully touching each one of the toys, except the ones he'd left in Bakugo's care, and sung his own broken rendition of the Pokemon theme song. He was on the 4th, maybe 5th time belting out the tune, when Bakugo finally snapped.
Oi, Don's face!
Bakugo bellowed, and Kirishima turned just fast enough to see Bakugo stand, holding 2 of the 3 balls in one arm, the other raised over its head. And Kaminari turned to look at him, his face morphing from a sweet smile to a horrified gape.
I?
Bakugo spat, lobbing the first ball, hitting Kaminari in the shoulder.
Choose?
The second ball smacked him in the leg, making him topple to the floor.
You!
And the last one hit the back of his covered head, where he'd brought his hands up.
To shut the fuck up!
Bakugo added, as he flopped moodily onto the sofa. Considering how everyone knew how hard Bakugo could throw a baseball, he had used barely any force behind the throws. It would sting, maybe leave a red mark, but he hadn't aimed to hurt him, just to get him to stay still and shut up. Still, Kirishima felt like he needed to intervene at that point. Okay, calm down, man, he soothed, resting his hand on Bakugo's. He didn't hear Todoroki come up until he deadpanned, "Yeah, don't pull out the 9, and stepped over Kaminari on his way to the kitchen, opening the freezer, ignoring the Pokeball in there, and pulling out some ice to put in his drink.
Huh? What'd you say, Icy Hot?
Bakugo sneered, and Kirishima had to catch him around the waist before he launched off the sofa. Sero and Mina couldn't breathe, they were laughing so hard. They were almost on the floor. It only got worse when a deep, subdued voice asked, "Is it too late to transfer to the Class 1B? Kaminari recovered quickly, Kirishima noticed with amusement, as he sprung up from the floor with fresh vigor, beaming at their new classmate. "Shinso!" he squeaked. Shinso just sighed, and started with his luggage in tow towards the lift, Kaminari following with impressive speed. Even when they were down the hall, Kirishima could hear his friend babbling, asking, "So, you like Pokemon? Pikachu is badass. I'm a bit like him. Like a cute electric blonde with a sweet smile." It faded out, but Kirishima couldn't help but bark out a laugh when Bakugo added, "Yeah, Pika Pika Yeaay," completely deadpanned, with his thumbs up in front of him. He looked at Mina and Sarah and thought, well shit, they're actually gonna die of laughter, as he himself descended into the chaos of hysterics surrounding him.